I am starting the South Beyond 6K challenge today, starting with Richland Balsam, the highest point on the Blue Ridge Parkway. And I'm going to try and do this challenge this summer. Many of these peaks I've already summited, but I want to make it official and document them for my channel. So I want to start with the high point on the parkway. I'm going to try and knock out a few more here that are close by. So every time I do a trip here on YouTube, I'm not going to be doing the South Beyond 6K because I have many trips to make, but I'm going to try and knock this out this summer if possible in preparation for a big trip at the end of the summer. All right, you can see here that we're getting on the Mountains to Sea trail, which there should be a spur trail for Richland Balsam. And the temperature is chilly, 52 degrees at this elevation, starting over 6,000 feet. I've done this one before on a day hike about 7 years ago, so I was overdue to come back. You can see it's always a pine forest at this elevation. Beautiful. Smells good, especially when it's damp outside, like Christmas trees. All right, Richland Balsam is the highest point of the Great Balsam Mountains. It sits at an elevation of 6,401 feet. The Great Balsam Mountains are one of 5 subranges of the Blue Ridge, with peaks rising above 6,000 feet. There are 40 named peaks in the challenge. I've done most of them in the past. However, I've not done all, as some require a bushwhack to summit, like Mount Guyot, which I've done in the Smokies, which I will do again. But there are several peaks in the Smokies that require bushwhack, so they won't be easy, but they are on the challenge. One I want to do pretty soon is Big Cataloochee Mountain. The 5 ranges that have the 6,000 foot summits are the Great Balsams, Plot Balsams, Great Smokies, Blacks, and the Roner Yanaka Mountains. So I will be doing all 40 in the challenge. It's a beautiful trail, albeit it's very short. I'm looping around already at a half a mile, almost to the summit. It's very foggy, so to my recollection, none of these peaks have views. This one is just trapped in a pine forest. A little out of breath because I'm pushing a faster speed. I'm getting over a cold, so I'm in shorts and a t-shirt, and it's chilly, but I'm warming up fast. All right, I've reached the summit, and the sign behind me says it's 9 feet higher than what my GPS said. So this is just over half a mile, so it'll be around a mile round trip when I finish the loop. Actually get a view coming down the mountain. Next one on the list is Reinhart Knob. It sits at an elevation of 6,089 feet, and I'm picking it up here from the Bear Trail Ridge overlook. There is no official trail to summit this, so I'm going to make my own trail. It's not an official trail, but there's pink flagging tape indicating a path, and it is distinguishable from the rest of the forest, albeit it is not well worn, as I don't think too many people that aren't doing the challenge are going to come out here. Little campsite though. This is right above the Mountains to Sea trail where I was back in March. So anyway, I gotta keep my wits about me to follow this. So I'm following the contour lines on my GPS to try and make it to Reinhard Knob. But it's just a maze of low-lying branches and stumps and thick logs, fallen timbers. It's just hard to get through, so it's taken me a little bit longer than I would have liked, but that's to be expected. When you're off trail route finding, it's going to take you a little longer, but you gotta be patient because you don't want to get lost out here. GPS makes things easy, makes life a little easier, but ultimately you should have a map and compass, but you know, because electronics can fail. Worst case scenario though, if you got lost and you didn't have that alternative, just follow the sound of the parkway down. As long as you're not cliffed out, you can make it. So that's what I mean by following the contour lines on my GPS. Route finding is not easy, but because you see how the forest looks, thick and impenetrable, so you got to go around and you get off the line, but you pick it back up. Reinhard Knob shouldn't be that far. It's starting to resemble more of a trail again. It doesn't last long. Mission accomplished. Made it to Reinhard Knob. GPS is off again by 9 feet, and this time it was reading 6089, so 9 feet higher than what it actually is, according to the sign. Summit Chestnut Bald, which is number 39 on the list. It is sitting at an elevation of just 6,000 feet. So I might even head up to Devil's Courthouse, because I'm actually on the trail to Devil's Courthouse right now. And it's a steep paved path, as you can see. So I don't know how the views will look because it is kind of foggy today. I'm climbing up to Chestnut Bald off the Mountains to Sea trail from the Devil's Courthouse trail. See how thick it is? It's very steep. A lot of obstacles, just like the climb up to Reinhard Knob. So it's tiring me out. But I'm doing like I did before. I'm following the contour line to get up there. So see you at the top. Boy, it's getting even thicker now. Just trying to find my way through this impenetrable stuff. Small trees. That's what I'm talking about. All these, excuse me, all these pointy stumps. And try finding your way through this. I just look for a clear path and I go towards it. And I'm getting stuck through some trees. Whatever opening I could find is the way I go. Until I get towards the destination. You see, I've been all around Chestnut Bald. I'm considering it done, even though I haven't seen a summit marker. I'm here, so that's what matters. Maybe this one doesn't have a summit marker. I'm actually below the ridge, and you think the ridge would have the high point where the summit marker would be anyway, but I came down from there. So where the actual point on the map was indicating Chestnut Bald is thick rhododendrons and other thick vegetation, which I'm not going to try and breach, because I was on my hands and knees in places on this. And the sun is now coming out. Well, I did find this rock cairn, and sometimes that could be a marker for the summit. There's no sign, no survey marker or anything like that though. So I'm calling it done. On my map, it shows it's directly across from the marked point, and it is also, it appears to be the highest point on the ridge, so that's satisfactory for me.